Hello, Mid-Michigan, and welcome to high school baseball here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Chris Bachman with you at Standish Sterling High School is where you can find our Barberry Law Studios built by Konwinski Construction on this Wednesday afternoon, and you might hear it. Your boy's out in it. The wind is going to be ripping. You can kind of see where my camera is set up just right beyond the third baseline. We'll do the best we can to follow along with the action. You can see we've got the scoreboard up once again to do the best we can to keep you up to date on everything happening here. And if I'd have brought the second camera, I actually would have had a pretty solid view of the scoreboard today. But as I've said throughout this early baseball, softball season, the scoreboard view down there in the corner doesn't look so great through the fence, through the netting down there, and the little guy, once we get to the playoffs and it's that full screen, it will do just fine. But we got the keepthescore.com up down there in the corner, so your boy not only doing the book, not only doing the audio, we got the scoreboard working as well, and that's why you can see the keepthescore.com and all that stuff, is so I can kind of run the controls here as well. We have got a special one here today. This is a game I have had circled on my calendar since last year. It's 16-1-1 Standish Sterling Central versus 17-3 Shepherd. You can see the Shepherd Blue Jays taking the field for their infield, outfield warm-up with Coach Weiss and the crew as we get ready for the action. Shepherd is down several starters in this one, including some key guys. Tristan Fisher has been out for a bit, but now out behind the plate is Mr. Easton Van Alstyne. Noah Clevenger is great back there, but again, you're not doing it all the time. You're not used to it. It's going to be a big change-up for him to be there on the mound in game one for the Shepherd Blue Jay boys will be Mr. Bryce Smith. He has been excellent this year for the Shepherd Blue Jays on the mound, and if you hear me say in the circle a time or two, yeah, we've been going back and forth from the baseball and the softball a whole lot, so you might get that mistake once or twice here today. We're going to take a break. This is the Woods Household pregame show. We are just getting set up for big-time baseball. Two huge matchups in a row coming up tomorrow. We have got the number one team in D4, Sacred Heart Academy, probably their biggest test of the year. They're 19-1 on the season. They will take on Freeland, who is the number 12 ranked team in Division II. We got special big-time baseball here in the Mid-Michigan area today and tomorrow. Today it starts with the battle for the top of the JackPine Conference. The Shepherd Blue Jays taking on Standish Sterling. Back with more Woods Household pregame show right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Weefridge Financial knows it can be incredibly overwhelming to navigate the world of financial planning. With trusted guidance and easy-to-understand advice, you can feel comfortable in your financial future with Weefridge Financial. Weefridge Financial assists people in all stages of life with a specialization in retirement and investment planning. Experience the power of working with an advisor dedicated to your success. Visit WeefridgeFinancial.com. Visit them in downtown Mount Pleasant. Call or text 989-953-7888. Weefridge Financial, member SIPC. Martinez Painting, Central Michigan's trusted painting professionals. They specialize in both interior and exterior jobs for your home and business. No matter how big or how small the job, they transform any space with quality and precision. Learn more by visiting Martinez Painting on Facebook today or give them a call at 989-317-5536. All Seasons Fireworks is a big fan of all the athletes, coaches, officials, and volunteers who make high school sports happen. To make your next event bigger and brighter, stop by All Seasons Fireworks on M20 in Mount Pleasant. Graduations, birthdays, weddings, or a big win become more memorable underneath a night sky lit up by the magic of fireworks. All Seasons Fireworks on M20 in Mount Pleasant. When your team or business needs to look good, don't get left hanging. Call or stop by Hanging by a Thread in Wademan, the official embroiders for the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Hanging by a Thread, a proud supporter of local schools.
GNS Mechanical in Wademan offers service and installation on everything for your home and business. From a simple filter replacement to furnace, central air service, and install, geothermal, and walk-in coolers and freezers. If you have a need, GNS Mechanical has a solution. Learn more at gnsmechanical.com or call 989-644-2106.
Imagine a home that reflects your style. With WW Construction, that dream will become a reality. As a trusted Mid-Michigan builder, WW Construction specializes in builds and remodels that turn ordinary spaces into extraordinary ones. Join the growing family of homeowners who trust WW Construction for quality and craftsmanship. Call WW Construction today at 989-621-2722 to make your dreams a reality.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back inside the Mid-Michigan Sports Network in our Barberry Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction and more Woods Household pregame show as we get ready for a big-time matchup. The 17-3 Shepherd Blue Jays taking on 16-1-1 Standish. Shepherd lost. I'm trying to think of it. I was thinking of Charlotte as the team they lost to, but that was who Sacred Heart Academy. Their only losses to Charlotte this year, but 2 of 3 Shepherd losses are to Freeland team. I believe they could see be the semifinals or the state finals in the Division II playoffs. Standish Sterling, their only loss this year is way back the beginning of the year in a split with Midland High, who we just saw earlier this week fall to Mount Pleasant in a sacrifice walk-off fashion, which you very rarely see. All right, your starting lineup for the Shepherd Blue Jays. Leading things off, playing in center field, wearing number 11 will be Mr. Brady Robinson. On the bump, batting second, number 13, Mr. Bryce Smith. At shortstop, batting third, Mr. Caden Yunkert, wearing number 7. Batting cleanup, wearing number 21, playing at first base, Sam King. Peyton McCall is DHing, batting fifth, wearing number 3. Noah Clevenger batting in the 6th spot. He'll be behind the dish today, wearing number 4. Jace Deering batting in the 7th spot, playing out in right field, wearing number 10. Braden Flegel will be playing second base, wearing number 12. And Cody Wheeler, wearing number 1, will be playing hot corner, third base, batting 9th. Jake Travis will be in the field essentially for Peyton McCall. Those two kind of split in the position. Travis will be out in left field. Shepherd Blue Jays versus Standish Sterling. It could be a good one. You can see the Blue Jays out there finishing their warm-ups. And again, we do the best we can with the view that we've got where we set up. The closest plug was, right here off the side of the Standish Sterling dugout. And so this is the view we got. We're going to do the best we can to follow the ball to the outfield, but we got a good look at that infield and not right behind the plate to see the movement of the pitches. But what a game we've got for you here today. The Shepherd Blue Jays, the Standish Sterling Panthers. We're going to take another break here on our Woods Household pregame show. When we come back, we'll talk about the Standish Sterling lineup, who's going to be on the mound for them, and a bit of a different team than last year. But again, these are two teams that have hopes of going a long, long way in their respective playoffs. Back with more Woods Household pregame show right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Hello, I'm Mike Stanton, and I'm honored to represent the Maryland Chapman Memorial Fund, created to honor Maryland's legacy of generosity.
Well, pardon me there to my friends for just canceling out that commercial. We'll open back up our commercial here for the Maryland Chapman Memorial Fund, and I'll make the joke that's one of the issues you got when your boys running the whole show here. We open up the commercial and we go to move something, and moves the mouse, try and change things up, and whoop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop, and things are closed out. All right, now we'll send it back to a break to hear from the friends of the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Back with our Woods Household pregame show right after this.
Hello, I'm Mike Stanton, and I'm honored to represent the Maryland Chapman Memorial Fund, created to honor Maryland's legacy of generosity, compassion, and commitment to our community. At its core, our mission is simple: to support our youth, remove barriers, and create opportunities for kids to grow, compete, and succeed, both in their community and in the game of life. We are incredibly excited to support the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. They do an outstanding job highlighting student athletes, local schools, and the power of teamwork, shining a light on the hard work and dedication that is often overlooked. This partnership allows us to celebrate not just wins on the field, but character and leadership along the way. At the end of the day, it's about investing in our youth, strengthening our communities, and carrying forward Maryland's spirit of giving. To learn more about the Maryland Chapman Memorial Fund and the events we support, find us on Facebook by searching Maryland Chapman Memorial Fund. Go Blue Jays.
Value is not just a price. When you buy something for your home, it's an investment. Knowing that you're getting a great deal and service after the sale is priceless. At Woods Household, we only carry quality products for your home at competitive prices. Furniture that is attractive and durable. Comfortable mattresses that last for years. Flooring that stands up to wear and tear. These are all products that last by trusted name brands like FlexSteel, Serta, Whirlpool, and many more. So shop the Woods way.
Mumford Oil and Gas Supply is your one-stop shop for top quality products and procurement in the Michigan oil and gas industry. With over 45 years of experience and a strong commitment to customer satisfaction, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply delivers the best solutions for your oil and gas production, drilling, and service needs. If you need it, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply can get it. Visit them on Fancher today or give them a call at 989-317-8582. Malley Construction in Mount Pleasant are experts in residential and commercial construction. From poured walls, flat work, pipe work, and road work, Malley Construction does it all. And they are Michigan Department of Transportation pre-qualified. Malley Construction is family-owned and a proud supporter of local high school sports. Bryce Updegraff with Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates thanks the coaches and officials who put in the time to help student-athletes achieve their dreams and goals. For all of your real estate needs, the Bryce is right with Bryce Updegraff. With Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, 989-620-6595. The Diner, where homemade favorites come to life every day for breakfast and lunch. From fluffy pancakes to savory sandwiches, The Diner has your cravings covered. Discover the perfect blend of comfort food and camaraderie at The Diner. Join them every Friday night till 7 for their famous fish fry. The Diner on North Mission, Mount Pleasant. Hiring a cleaning service doesn't mean you're lazy. Martinez Cleaning knows it means you value your time and want to come home and relax and not worry about the mess. Martinez Cleaning allows you to do just that. Come home and relax to a nice clean home. Schedule your appointment and learn more by visiting Martinez Cleaning on Facebook or call today at 989-289-8615.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it on this Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Coming to you live from the Barberry Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. Also, much love to J&J Auto, Blocko Pools and Spas, Weber Brothers Sawmill, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply, ENS Graphics, Mount Pleasant Automotive, Joe Wentworth, Bryce Updegraff, Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, along with our friends at Gates Drilling and Service, Bill's Custom Fab, The Bird, All-American Grill, Clark Modular Homes, Weefrich Financial, sponsor of the Zaid Batchelder Baller of the Game. Also love the Woods Household Appliance, Brad Malley Well Drilling, and Malley Construction. What we're going to do right now, the meeting of the minds is happening at home plate. It looks like coaches are both heading back. We're going to try and send it out to another break here. We could be coming back, national anthem, middle of that or something, but we're getting ready for first pitch here. We want to make sure we get our commercial breaks in for our fantastic sponsors. So we're going to send out to another quick break. When we come back, we will be getting ready for first pitch. We could be cutting things off to get to first pitch here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. And it does look like we will have no national anthem, and so we will not have time for another break here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. It looks like we are ready to roll. The Shepherd Blue Jays come into this game at 17-3. Standish Sterling comes into this game at 16-1-1. On the bump will be Mr. Preston Kann for Standish Sterling. We'll run through that lineup brought to you by our friends at Dick Silva Auto Sales, Brickner and Bunker Farm Bureau Insurance, Block Electric, The Diner, along with Mount Pleasant Public Schools, Martinez Lawn Care, Bogwai, Bangam, Bradley, and Powell, Frame and Collision. Ben Briggs will be leading things off in the bottom of the first inning for Standish Sterling. He plays at shortstop, wears number 1. Carson Coyne will be batting second. He'll be behind the plate wearing number 9. Jay Roper batting third, playing at third, wearing number 20. Riley Blanchard will be batting cleanup, playing out in right field, wearing number 24. Preston Kann, who you can see out there warming up right now, is on the bump, batting fifth, wearing number 11. Landon Nixon is wearing number 14. He is out in center field, batting sixth. Batting seventh is Branton Bartlett, playing first base, wearing number 19. Batting eighth is number 34, Ty Tunney. He's playing out in left field. And Ian Emmons rounding out the lineup, playing second base, wearing number 17. Again, you can hear the wind rip and roar a bit here behind me. We're going to do the best we can to kind of keep the hood of the jacket in the way of the wind if we can. And there's a chance that the wind knocks some things off here. We could go, off the air for a moment. We're out here dealing with the elements just like these youngsters getting ready to play some baseball. And out there with those metal bats here today, you get one off the end of the bat. I have heard that is one of the worst things that can happen when it comes to playing baseball in the cold, chilly weather. And this isn't quite like it was back in March, but that wind is still a little chilly. If you're stuck out there for a long half inning in the field, it will get a bit chilly. Can't have that jacket on. More love to our friends WW Construction, All Seasons Fireworks, Pure Plumbing, Hanging by a Thread, GNS Mechanical, the Maryland Chapman Memorial Fund, Dance Again, Dresco Simon Shop and Wademan, CNC Enterprises, the Isabella Community Sportsplex, Mount Pleasant Heating and AC, Smith & Sons, the Beale City Village Store, Sydney's Judges Bench, Dog Central, Berry Funeral Home, Boomer's Lawn Care, Doozy's Ice Cream Place, Almost Up North, Stitches for Britches, Schaefer's Bait and Sporting Goods, Gross Farms, Brad Gross Electric, the Fisher Companies, and Kenneth Egger, DDS. Here we go, Brady Robinson at the dish. We are ready for the first pitch of the game. It's going to be popped way up in the air. It's going to get out of play down the first baseline toward the Blue Jay dugout, and your boy is in the range of getting nailed with a foul ball, and so you could see me moving the camera and running out of the way real quick because these guys are a lot tougher than I am. Robinson digs back in, the 0-1 count. That one's going to be in the dirt now, 1-1. Again, we're going to do the best we can. Give you a good view of the action here. See Coach Weiss right in front of us down that third baseline. That one's going to be taken for strike 2, 1-2 now the count to Brady Robinson. You know, when it comes to high school baseball, it is tough to throw strikes. I've always made the joke that if I was an umpire, I would say I get paid by the game, not by the hour. Going down on strikes there. Swinging is Brady Robinson. First strikeout of the game for Mr. Preston Kann. You got Kann in the circle, Coyne behind the plate, so it's Kann to Coyne. That one could mess me up from time to time. One down here, bottom of the first inning for the Shepherd Blue Jays. Again, trying to give you the best view that we can here. I got that scoreboard zoomed in, but as I now take a look at things, that's going to make it tough for the control, so we'll zoom out just a bit there. Top of the first inning, got to reset that there for everybody. Top of the first, Blue Jays at the plate. It's Bryce Smith with one down, one out. So look at the scoreboard. It says quickly 0-2 to Bryce Smith here as I fix the scoreboard as well. Smith steps back in, batting on the right side. Senior all-sport star is going to ground one towards second base, field it in time over to first for the out. Nice play right there between Bartlett and Emmons for Standish Sterling Central. So you had Bartlett kind of going for things from first base. He didn't quite get there, did a really good job of turning, getting back the first time to be ready for the throw from Emmons at second base for the out. Caden Junkert now steps to the dish. He's playing shortstop for the Blue Jays. Probably could see him on the mound in game number 2 as well. Kann winds and deals. First pitch is going to miss low. Coyne behind the plate. Kind of has that kick-out stance where sometimes he'll kick the right leg out. Get really low to the ground. That one's going to be over for a strike. Something we saw Jake Gauthier do a few years ago for the Beale City Aggies. Seems like it gives a little bit better view to the umpire. Sometimes he gets super low to the ground. That one also over for a strike. 1-2. Now the count to Caden Junkert. 2 down, top of the first inning. Blue Jays, Panthers here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Good take on that one from Junkert as it misses just low. Kann's really got some gas out there on the bumps. Got some great movement as well. Here comes the next pitch. Swing and a miss. 2 punch-outs here in the top of the first inning for Preston Kann. What a fantastic start. We will head to the bottom of the first inning here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. We will take a quick break to hear from some of our friends. Once we come back, we'll see if the Shepherd Blue Jays can get Standish Sterling to go 1-2-3 in the bottom of the first inning. What a start for Standish Sterling defensively. Back with more Blue Jay baseball right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Weber Brothers Sawmill has been in the sawmill and logging business since 1950. Weber Brothers Sawmill buys standing timber and logs all over central and northern Michigan with National Hardwood Lumber Association certification. You can be assured of a professional job, from the marking and cruising of your woods through the harvest. Weber Brothers Sawmill is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes.
J&J Auto in Wademan is Mid-Michigan's elite automotive repair shop. J&J Auto offers complete collision repair and mechanical repair. Stop by on Wademan Road or call them today at 989-644-8908. J&J Auto, proud supporters of high school student athletes. Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Ben Briggs will be leading things off for Standish Sterling, going against Mr. Bryce Smith. Last warm-up pitch was actually going to get by the catcher. It's bottom of the first inning. We're scoreless. Blue Jays, Standish Sterling. Blue Jays went 1-2-3 in the top of the first. Standish Sterling looking to get something on the board here early. Throw down to second base from Clevenger. Looks really good out there to Flegel. And here we go. Going around the diamond for the Blue Jays, it's Bryce Smith on the bump. Noah Clevenger behind the plate. Sam King at first. Braden Flegel at second. Caden Yunker at short. Cody Wheeler at third. Out in left field, it's Jake Travis in center. Brady Robinson out in right field. It's Jace Deering. Bryce Smith winds and deals the first pitch. It's going to be fouled down the first baseline. Briggs just looking to check his swing on that one. Made contact with the baseball. Just kind of flailed it down the first baseline. Foul towards the Blue Jay dugout. Comes the 0-1 from Bryce Smith. That one's just going to miss. 1-1 the count. Briggs at the plate. Carson Coyne after him. And then Jay Roper after that. Sun comes out here at Standish Sterling High School. I'm going to say that one just misses as well. 2-1 the count to Ben Briggs. Bottom of the first inning, scoreless. The Blue Jays, Standish Sterling. This one's going to be popped up down the first baseline. It'll get out of play. Giving a little chase is Sam King over there at first base. The count now 2-2 for the leadoff hitter, Ben Briggs, here in the bottom of the first inning, going up against the All Sports superstar Bryce Smith for the Shepherd Blue Jays. Briggs digs back in on the right side. Smith winds and deals. Try to get him to chase something low there. It's going to get away from the catcher, but no harm, no foul there, as there's nobody on base for Standish Sterling. Smith ready for the 3-2. That's just going to miss inside. It's going to be a leadoff walk for Ben Briggs, and also a 6-pitch at-bat there as well. Again, you think about the number of pitches each guy has, and in particular, in this type of environment, you've got 2 games you don't want to split. You want to win them both. You want to run up the pitch count for each side in this first game, without a doubt. Big lead for Ben Briggs over at first base. Bryce Smith winds and deals. First pitch to Carson Coyne is going to miss. 1-0. Jay Roper, third baseman, on deck. Smith winds, deals, showing bunt. It's going to be a long bunt, though, out to second base. It's going to end up working out all right because they beat the throw. Carson Coyne with the bunt single. It's not how he drew it up, but he'll take it all day long and on Sunday, because you now got 2 runners on here in the bottom of the first inning for Standish Sterling, and there's nobody down. And not necessarily bad play anywhere around. Flegel came in to field it, but it was just such a far bunt in an area you don't expect. That brings Roper to the dish with 2 on and nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning. First pitch from Smith is going to miss. Bottom of the first, nobody out, 2 on already for Standish Sterling. Smith checks that runner at second, winds and deals. Going to be a high fly ball out towards center field. It's going to get down. Robinson give a chase. He's actually going to hit the deck as well. Throwing it in is Jace Deering. 1 run is around third, but they will hold up the second runner. Nice job by Deering getting things in. So 1 run is across here for Standish Sterling, and you now have runners at second and third. So great start here for Standish Sterling. There is still nobody down, and their top 3 guys have done damage. It's 1-0 after the RBI double there from Jay Roper. Coming in to score is Ben Briggs. Now at third is Carson Coyne, with Riley Blanchard now at the plate. He's going to hit this one up the middle. It's going to get through for a base hit. One run is in. They're actually going to hold the runner at third. Great job getting things in. It's going to be an RBI single for Riley Blanchard, and this is how you did not want things to start if you're the Shepherd Blue Jays. Coyne now comes in to score. Roper is at third, and it's now runners on the corners for Standish Sterling, and there is still nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning. A walk from Briggs, a bunt single from Coyne, an RBI double from Roper, now an RBI single from Riley Blanchard has got it 2-0 Standish Sterling here in the bottom of the first inning. Now at the plate is the pitching counterpart for Bryce Smith, Preston Kann, who struck out a pair in the top of the first inning. 2-0 Standish Sterling with the lead. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning and runners at the corners. This one's going to be popped up in the air right back to Smith. It's going to be called off by Sam King. He will make the catch, so a pop out to first base for the first out for the Blue Jays. And just kind of taking a deep breath out there if you are Shepherd. Just, whew, all right, let's settle down. They got 2 runs across the top of their order. Let's see if we can calm down and get out of here just giving up 2 runs, see if they can leave 2 on base. Landon Nixon, the speedy center fielder, now coming to the plate. You can see Jay Roper leading off right in front of us there, Coach Reynolds. That one's going to be in the dirt. Great job by Clevenger to keep that in front of him. And Clevenger put in a really tough spot here. When you're not catching all year long, you got a guy like Easton Van Alstyne who's back there catching most of the time. And not coming out here cold. He's caught a couple games, but still a difficult situation. That one's also going to miss 2-0 now, the count to Landon Nixon. 2 runs already across here in the bottom of the first. Runners at the corners for Standish Sterling. Number 6 hitter Landon Nixon at the dish. 1-1 count. Blue Jays went 1-2-3 on the top of the first. A pair of punch-outs for Preston Kann. That one's going to be high. 3-0 now, the count to Nixon. Brandon Bartlett is on deck, hoping he gets a chance here with the bases loaded. Nixon digs back in. Smith winds and deals. That one's there for a strike. Nixon was taken all the way. Very similar to as I talk about in high school softball, high school baseball, it's hard out there on the mound to throw strikes. In particular in situations where you got guys on the corners, you're already down. Big part of this game is just staying calm out there for each one of the hitters. You're probably going to give up some runs. Swing and a miss there for Landon Nixon. That'll run the count full to 3-2. Big punch-out situation possibly here for Bryce Smith. Full count. Runners at the corners, 1 down, bottom of the first inning. Standish already up 2-0. Runner goes from first. The throw's going to be high, so it's ball 4 anyway. Second walk surrendered here in the first inning. The bases are now loaded full of Panthers. And stepping to the plate is Brandon Bartlett. He'll be batting from the right side. Smith is ready to rock. No point in really checking the runners now that the bases are loaded. Bartlett swings at the first pitch, grounder to third. Wheeler's able to get the force out, now tries to go across the way for the out. It's not going to be in time. But great job by Wheeler. It's going to be a fielder's choice as he made that happen, getting Mr. Riley Blanchard out, trying to go to third. But the run also does come in. So you now got runners at first and second for Standish Sterling, and they lead at 3-0. And there is now 2 down here in the bottom of the first inning. At the dish now is the left fielder, Ty Tunney. First pitch is going to be outside to Tunney. Ian Emmons on deck, the second baseman. Then it's back to the top of the order with Ben Briggs, who already came across to score here in the bottom of the first. After walking, he was drove in by Jay Roper. Here comes the next pitch from Bryce Smith. Big cut that time. Tunney swinging for the fences. 1-1 now the count as he swings through it. 3-0 Standish with the lead here in the bottom of the first inning. Smith checks the runners, winds and deals. That one's over for a strike. 1-2 now the count to Ty Tunney. That one's going to be high. 2-2 now the count to Ty Tunney. Trying to adjust that camera to make sure we get the best view of home plate and try to make sure we still catch a little bit of that second base as well. That one's going to miss. It's going to run the count full again. This is the third time here in the bottom of the first inning that the count has run full for the Blue Jays and Bryce Smith. The previous two times, Standish Sterling has drawn a walk. Here comes the 3-2, 2 outs, 2 on. It's going to be fouled behind the backstop. We'll do the 3-2 again. Pitch number 7 of the at-bat upcoming here. Nothing. Standish with the lead here in the bottom of the first inning. And the Blue Jays are coming in short-handed, but they're not ready to make any excuses. Big-time punch out there for Bryce Smith as he gets the strikeout. 3 runs do come across, but Standish Sterling does leave 2 on board as well. We are headed to the top of the second inning. 3-0, Standish Sterling with the lead here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network as we reset things here on the old scoreboard that you can kind of see me working behind the scenes. And, oh, shoot, I guess I reset the score there for Standish Sterling. My bad to those Standish fans if anybody is tuning in. 3-0 Standish Sterling as we head to the top of the second inning here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Due up for the Shepherd Blue Jays, brought to you by our friends at Barberry Law, Gates Drilling and Service, The Bird All-American Grill, Clark Modular Homes, Bill's Custom Fab, Weefrich Financial, Woods Household Appliance, Brad Malley Well Drilling and Malley Construction. It is Sam King, Peyton McCall, and Noah Clevenger. It's 4-5-6 after they went down 1-2-3 in the top of the first inning. Brady Robinson went down on strikes. Bryce Smith grounded out to second base, and Caden Yunker went down on strikes. Preston Kann looking very, very solid in the top half of that first inning. We'll see if the stud righty can continue the trend here for the Panthers. Second inning here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Blue Jays went 1-2-3. Panthers were able to get 3 in the bottom half of the first inning. Sam King stepping to the plate, see if he can make something happen. Another big miss right now for the Blue Jays is not being able to have Sam King on the mound. Still can do a lot of damage at the plate. When you can't have the lefty out there on the bump, that's a big miss for the Blue Jays this season. King swings at the first pitch. Great movement out there from Kann as that one ended up being in the dirt, and he was getting Sam King to chase. Kann winds and deals with the next one. That one's going to miss inside, maybe a bit high as well. 1-1 the count. King digging in on the right side. Waving that kind of a turquoise-colored bat over the back right shoulder. That one's going to be fouled off, bouncing towards the Standish Sterling bench. 1-2 now the count to Sam King, the cleanup hitter for the Shepherd Blue Jays, leading things off here in the top of the second inning. Shepherd trails Standish 3-0 here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. That one hit hard but fouled back. King just missing that one. King is ready again. Preston Kann ready again on the bump. He winds and deals. This one's going to be fouled off again. Great job by Sam King. And when you're going up against an elite pitcher, and again, I'm not super familiar with Preston Kann, but if he's the #1 pitcher for a 16-1-1 team, he is elite. Say the more you can get him to throw early, the better to try and get him out of the game. That one's going to miss inside. King maybe ducking out of the way of it a bit. Count now 2-2. Pitch number 7 of the at-bat upcoming here as King was able to foul off a couple as well. Here comes the 2-2 from Preston Kann. That's actually going to plunk him in the shoulder, and so it'll be a hit by pitch for Sam King. And, hey, if you're the Blue Jays, any way you can get a base runner on, you get him on. You got the leadoff man on here into the second inning. See if you can get a rally going. Gave up 3 in the bottom of the first. See if you can get him right back here into the top of the second. Peyton McCall now stepping to the plate for the Blue Jays. Batting from the right side, wearing number 3. DHing today, playing in the field, is Jake Travis out and left. Short lead for King over at first. King not really a threat to just go off of anything, but he is a very smart base runner. If he sees, he's going to dance away a little bit every time. If he sees the catcher having trouble, he will go. As I say that, there's the throw down to first base. Back easily as King. That pitch was also over for a strike. 1-1 now the count to Peyton McCall. Got great movement, great control so far from Preston Kann. I'm saying that even though we just plunked Sam King, as there's another swing at a pitch in the dirt. In our vantage point down here on the third baseline, you're not really going to, you don't see that movement, but man, it is elite out there from Preston Kann in the circle, and Carson Coyne doing a great job behind the dish as well. Here comes the 1-2. McCall takes that one for a strike 3 call. He goes down for the third punch out already for Mr. Preston Kann. Pardon me here as I got to reset things. We do got a runner on first base for the Blue Jays. One down in the top of the second inning. Stepping to the plate is going to be Jace Deering. This is where I might have had a little switch up here in my roster, goofing things up. So I thought it was supposed to be Clevenger here in this situation. Oh, but it actually is correct on there. That one swing and a miss. Now 0-2 the count to Deering. Clevenger is on deck. Deering awaits the 0-2. Takes that one for ball 1. 1-2 now the count to the right fielder, Jace Deering. Catcher Noah Clevenger is on deck for the Blue Jays. Deering digs in, swings. That will be strike 3. So back-to-back punch-outs now for Carson Coyne after putting on Sam King via the hit by pitch. There is now 2 down here in the top of the second inning. Preston Kann has struck out 4 already. So Noah Clevenger steps to the dish. Clevenger's going to put a charge into this one. It's deep. It's going back. Giving chase as the center fielder. It's going to get down up against the wall. Rounding third, coming in to score is Sam King. They're going to they're going to hold up Clevenger at third. But what a ride right there. Clevenger just gave the baseball to drive in the first run of the game for the Shepherd Blue Jays. Sam King absolutely on his horse, scoring from first base on the RBI triple from Noah Clevenger. Big time hit there from Clevenger to get the Blue Jays on the board. That'll bring Braden Flegel to the plate. 3-1 the score here in the top of the second inning. 2 down. Flegel at the plate. Remaining at third base is Clevenger. First pitch is going to be over for a strike. Flegel at the plate, Cody Wheeler after him, then it's back to the top of the order. 3-1, Standish with the lead. We think about the Bills Custom Fab fabrication of the game, the J&J Auto Collision Report, along with our Mumford Oil and Gas Supply drill of the game. We'll also say Brad Malley well drilling drill of the game. Clevenger sending that one to the fence out at the 370 mark here at Standish Sterling High School's baseball field. Count now 0-2 as Flegel steps back in. That's going to miss inside. If you're Flegel here, you got to make sure you don't go down via the punch-out with that runner at third base. Want to make sure you put the ball in play. Flegel digs back in. That one's going to miss inside. Sometimes they say wear it, but when it's going to hit you in the helmet, coach doesn't want you to do that. Flegel digs back in. 2-2 the count, 2 down, second inning, 3-1 the score, 2-run lead for Standish. Swing and a miss, big time punch out there for Kann. Make it 5-2 for Preston Kann. What an absolute dominant performance on the mound so far. But the Blue Jays do get 1 run across via the walk from Sam King and the blast out to center field from Noah Clevenger. And if that one was to left center, left field, right center, that would have been gone since he hit it to center field and only went up against the fence. We're going to take a break here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. When we come back, bottom of the second inning, Standish Sterling Central leads Shepherd 3-1. Back with more high school baseball right after this. Mount Pleasant Automotive on Mission has been serving local auto shops and do-it-yourselfers since 1988. Mount Pleasant Automotive is locally owned and carries all the auto part, car care products, and auto maintenance supplies you will need. Visit them online at mtpleasantautomotive.com. Mount Pleasant Automotive, caring for our cars and our local student athletes. Konwinski Construction offers a full range of construction services on small and large projects. Konwinski Construction is a leader in the community and are proud to support those student athletes who will be leading our community tomorrow. Konwinski Construction on Gover Parkway, Mount Pleasant.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
And welcome back to our Barberry Law Studios, built by our friends that you just heard from there at Konwinski Construction. Also love to Blocko Pools and Spas, J&J Auto, Weber Brothers Sawmill, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply, ENS Graphics, Mount Pleasant Automotive, along with Bryce Updegraff, Joe Wentworth, Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, our sponsor of Closing the Deal. We're headed to the bottom of the second inning. Shepherd Blue Jays trail Standish Sterling 3-1 here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Due up, it is Ian Emmons. Then back to the top of the order with Ben Briggs. Top of the order did some damage in that first inning, looking to get another opportunity here in the bottom of the second inning. Bryce Smith, about as good a pitcher as Standish Sterling is going to see. But again, they just got an elite lineup. They're 16-1-1 on the year for a reason. Again, this is a battle for the top of the JackPine Conference. Both teams are undefeated in JackPine Conference play. Ian Emmons shows bunt on the first pitch, but pulls it down as that one's going to miss the strike zone for Bryce Smith. Emmons digging in on the right side. Ready to wind and deal is Bryce Smith. Actually kind of steps off there for a moment. Here comes the wind and the deal from the senior for Shepherd. It's going to be fouled off over the backstop out of play. 1-1 now the count to Ian Emmons. 3-1, Standish Sterling with the lead. Digging back in is Emmons. This one's going to be grounded towards short. Charging is Yunker. Throw across the diamond will be in time for the play. Great job by Caden Yunker right there. And again, with your boy's camera position, hopefully we're able to get that one. Doing the best we can here, but a ground out to shortstop. One down now here in the bottom of the second inning. Now stepping to the plates, back to the top of the order with Ben Briggs. He ran the count full and drew a walk his first time at the plate. He'll take the first pitch, but it's over for a strike. Bottom of the second inning, 3-1, Standish Sterling with the lead over the Blue Jays. We got one down, nobody on. Leadoff hitter at the plate. Briggs is going to crush this one out to center field. It's going to get down for a hit. Fielded by Robinson, quickly back in. But that is going to be another guy on base. Well, another time on base, I should say, for Ben Briggs. The one-out single for Standish Sterling. So he's now been on base both of his plate appearances with a walk and now a single. He came around to score his last time up, hoping to do similar damage now on the base path. Check the runner over at first, and do they get him? They do get him. What a move there from Mr. Bryce Smith on the mound. I don't think they were quite ready for it, and just like that now, there is two down and nobody on base. Big momentum change possibly right there, getting that leadoff guy out, as you know he's got the speed to steal second. First pitch is going to miss to Carson Coyne, who had a bunt single his first time up. Wasn't your normal bunt single. Kind of went to the edge of the grass out towards second base. It was fielded quite cleanly by Braden Flegel, but the speed of Carson Coyne, he was able to beat it out. That one's over 1-1 now the count. Coyne, the catcher for Standish Sterling. This one's going to be fouled off down the first baseline over the Shepherd, a Blue Jay dugout, and the Shepherd faithful that have made the trip up here to Standish Sterling. Here comes the 1-2. Trying to frame that one is Clevenger behind the dish, but it's going to miss. 2-2 now the count. Smith did have a punch out in the first inning. I feel like a pickoff is just as good as a punch out. Here comes the next pitch. Coyne's going to foul that one off as well to stay alive. Count remains 2-2. Jay Roper is on deck. He had an RBI double his first time up. After him is Riley Blanchard, who had an RBI single his first time up. The other run for Standish came in on a fielder's choice. This one's going to be popped way up in the air. Not an easy play out at short. Going from the dirt to the grass is Caden Yunker as he brings it in. Fantastic play in the field there. And the Blue Jays don't go 1-2-3, but they kind of go 1-2-3 in the second inning as a runner does get on base with a single, but they're able to pick them off on the fantastic move from Bryce Smith. Our score is 3-1 as we head to the third inning here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. See if the Blue Jays put another run or two on the board and tie this thing up in the third. Back with more Standish Sterling Shepherd Blue Jay baseball right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Bill's Custom Fab can handle any job you need, from large-scale steel building projects to fixing your favorite stainless serving pan. Bill's Custom Fab can weld and fabricate anything. Call today at 989-772-5817 or stop by on Gover Parkway in Mount Pleasant.
Jenna Gates
and Kyle Gates here. We are the fifth generation with Gates Drilling and Service.
We've been serving our friends and neighbors in Michigan since 1893.
We have the latest and greatest well drilling technology, allowing us to put in wells where others can't.
Lake lots and tight spaces are no problem.
From our family to yours, thank you, and call at 989-772-7841 for all your well drilling and service needs.
Gates Drilling and Service, where Gates goes, water flows.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back inside our Barberry Law Studios, built by Conwincy Construction here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. We're headed to the top of the third inning. Shepherd Blue Jays and Standish Sterling. Due up for the Blue Jays in the top half of the third inning. Brought to you by our friends at J&J Auto, Blocko Pools and Spas, and Conwinski Construction. It's Cody Wheeler, Brady Robinson, Bryce Smith, 9-1-2. 3-1 the score here in the top of the third. Both pitchers have been very, very solid. Again, you give up 3 runs in the top of the first to this Standish Sterling lineup. I don't really sneeze at that. Bryce Smith has been great, but Preston Kann struck out the side in the second, struck out 2 in the first. And strikeouts are such a big deal in high school baseball because these aren't pros out here in the field. These are high schoolers. These are sometimes 14, 15, 16, 17-year-old kids. You get one hit at you 100 miles an hour, it's never easy to make the play. And so the more times you can get a punch out at the plate and not have to worry about the ball getting put in play, it's a big deal. That's huge, those 5 punch outs from Preston Kann. Check swing there on that one. I think Wheeler held up. Nope, they're going to say he went 1-2. Wheeler digs back in on the right side. Waves the bat over the back right shoulder. It'll be another punch out. This one looking again. That is 6 strikeouts for Preston Kann. Holy moly, is he dealing out there on the mound. Back to the top of the order here with Brady Robinson. You're going to hear this a lot as we go through the Shepherd lineup again. He struck out his first time up. Robinson digging back in on the right side, wearing number 11, playing in center field for the Blue Jays. He'll take the first pitch. Breaking ball is going to bust back over the zone for strike 1. Yeah, I'm not behind the plate, but you can just see it. Preston Kann has got that movement. He keeps the fastball low in the strike zone. He actually misses there on that one, the old broadcaster's jinx, but very, very impressed with number 11 on the mound so far for Standish Sterling. 1-1 the count to Robinson. Junior righty waits at the plate. That one's going to bounce up there. Good eye. It's been a few times that Preston Kann has gotten guys to chase on that pitch, kind of bouncing up there. And whether it's change up or split finger, really got that movement going. Here comes the 2-1. Robinson's going to take that one. It's over for a strike. 2-2 now, the count to Brady Robinson, the leadoff hitter for the Blue Jays. Batting second here in the third inning. 2-2 the count. We've got one down in the top of the third. That one's going to bounce up there. The count will now run full. 3-2. Blue Jays technically have 1 hit, 2 base runners. Sam Keene got on via hit by pitch. Was drove in on an RBI triple from Noah Clevenger last inning. Big cut at that one, but going down on strikes is Brady Robinson. Make it strikeout number 7. for Preston Kann. There's only been one out surrendered that hasn't come via a strikeout as Bryce Smith steps back to the ditch. The plate, I should say. It's been a ditch for the Blue Jay batters here in the early going. Smith is going to foul that one off. Smith is the only guy in the lineup that didn't go down via punch-out. Obviously, had Sam King reaching base along with Clevenger, but every other out has been via the strikeout for Standish Sterling. Smith's going to hold off on that one. 1-1 now the count to Bryce Smith. Facing his pitching counterpart, Preston Kann, was absolutely dealing out there on the mound right now. Kann's going to step off for a moment and rethink things. Nobody on. 2 down here in the top of the 3rd inning. Bryce Smith at the plate. Smith, big cut at that one. Count now 1-2. Lots of swings and misses here for the Blue Jays. Some looking strikes as well. Again, Preston Kann is dealing out there for the Panthers. Next pitch bending out of the way, but it breaks back over the zone for another punch out. Through 3 innings, 8 of 9 outs have been from Preston Kann via the strikeout. Holy moly, has he been dominant for Standish Sterling. Due up for the Panthers, it's Jay Roper, Riley Blanchard, and that man Preston Kann as we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. We're going to take another commercial break. Be back with some more Shepherd Blue Jay baseball right after this. 3-1 our score as we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning.
Brad Malley Well Drilling has proudly served Mid-Michigan since the early 1990s. We are family-owned with 3 licensed drillers and over 100 years of experience. We specialize in 5-inch PVC water wells and systems ranging from 2 to 12 inches. Every well we do includes a 5-year warranty and 1-year parts and labor guarantee. We are available 24/7, and you'll always talk to a real person. Call Brad Malley Well Drilling today for a free estimate. Trusted service, generation after generation.
Clark Modular Homes in Mount Pleasant are a one-stop shop from the buy, the build, and beyond with their fantastic service department. Stop in to see their selection and purchase options today on Pickard Road or visit them online at modularhomesbyclark.com. Clark Modular Homes, supporting Mid-Michigan youth in and out of the classroom.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it all on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Again, my bad to those, commercials getting paused a little bit here. I'll make the joke that the wind is wreaking a bit of havoc here for the broadcast, trying to hide everything I can with got the hood up here, trying to cover everything up. But what a game we've had so far as we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. The Shepherd Blue Jays trail Standish Sterling 3-1. Heart of the order also coming up as well for Standish Sterling. Jay Roper is at the plate. His first plate appearance, he hit an RBI double. First pitch is going to miss. 1-0 the count to Roper. Next one's going to be over for a strike. 1-1 now the count. Riley Blanchard on deck. He had an RBI single his first time up. Got out via fielder's choice going from 2nd to 3rd. That one's going to miss. 2-1 now the count to Roper. 3-1 the score. Bottom of the 3rd inning here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. This one a grounder up the middle towards second base. Great job by Flegel. It took a tough hop once it got into the dirt, but Flegel was able to make it happen from his second base position for the ground out. One of those plays in the quote-unquote box score doesn't look like much, but could end up being a big deal later in this game, as that could have put the leadoff man on in the 3rd inning, but that tough hop was handled very, very cleanly by Braden Flegel at second base. Riley Blanchard now at the plate. First one is going to miss. 1-0 to the right fielder. Remember, Blanchard from football season was just an absolute bruising running back for Standish Sterling. That one's going to be a swing and a miss. 1-1 now the count to Blanchard. Blanchard digging in on the right side. Clevenger ready behind the dish. That one's also over for a strike. 1-2 now the count to Riley Blanchard. Preston Kann on deck. He popped out to first base his first time up. Blanchard is at the dish now, had an RBI single his first time up. Going to be a swing and a miss, but it's going to be in the dirt. They got to throw it down to first, but they do for the punch out. That's the second for Bryce Smith. Great job by Bryce Smith getting the out there. Again, not matching the punch-out total that Preston Kann has, but he has been really, really solid on the mound for the Blue Jays. Again, you're going to give up a run, 2, 3, maybe 4 or 5 to the Standish Sterling team. They've got that good of a lineup, but it's up to your offense to try and match what they do. Kann digs in. He's going to take the first pitch for a strike. Preston Kann at the plate. Bryce Smith on the bump. The pitching counterparts going up against each other here. This one's going to be grounded towards short, fielded cleanly by Junker, over in time to first for the out. And the Blue Jays get Standish Sterling to go 1, 2, 3 here in the third inning, and right at the heart of the lineup as well. I talked about Preston Kann out there dealing, while Bryce Smith is out there now dealing as well. As he did have a hit in the second inning, but he got the pickoff, and so pretty much 2 clean innings now for Mr. Bryce Smith. As we head to the top of the fourth inning here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network, we will keep our broadcast right here. Due up for the Shepherd Blue Jays. It is going to be the heart of their order as well. 3, 4, 5, Caden Junker, Sam King, and Peyton McCall. See if the Blue Jays can get something going here in the top of the fourth inning. Try and get, well, they're still in this game, but try and see if they can tie this game back up as they trail 3-1 heading to the fourth inning. Problem has been Preston Kann. He has struck out 8 through 3. I did not say that incorrectly. Of the 9 outs registered for Standish Sterling Central, 8 of them have come via the punch-out. The only other times the ball was put in play or somebody reached base, you had Bryce Smith grounding out in the first inning. Sam King was hit by a pitch, and then he had an RBI triple from Noah Clevenger. Other than that, there has not been anything given up by Preston Kann. I'm talking about not even anything put in play. One of the more dominant pitching performances that I have seen. He has struck out the side in the last 2 innings. Back in that second inning, though, Shepherd did leave a guy at third base. Caden Junker stepping to the plate. It was a 2-2 count when he went down on strikes his first time at the plate. First pitch is going to be on the low outside part of the zone for a strike to Junker. You'll probably see Junker on the bump in game number 2 here for the Blue Jays. Next one's also going to be over for a strike, so quickly 0-2 now to Junker. For Junker, you know, these batters, you want to be patient at the plate against a dominant pitcher like this, but when you just keep sending strikes down the middle, it is tough. That one will miss. A good take there from Junker. Count now 1-2. Kann winds and deals with the 1-2. Great job holding off there by Junker. That one went in the dirt right at the plate. And that movement from Kann has been very, very tricky, but maybe the Blue Jay batter is getting a better feel of it here now the second time through the order. As I say that, Junker swings that one and misses. It's in the dirt. They got to throw it down to first in time, but that is punch out number 9 for Preston Kann. Oh, my goodness. Reminds me of seeing Caden Smith roll through some of the D4 playoffs several years ago, just striking out pretty much everybody. It's another punch out for Kann. Sam King now at the plate. He's going to ground this one down the third baseline. What a diving stop by Roper over to first in time for the out. You've got to be kidding me. What a play from Jay Roper. That is a web gem right there. If I've ever seen one on the high school baseball field, what a dive and a stop at third base. The long throw across the diamond to get Sam King, who's not slow at all, not, super fleet of foot, but man, what a play at the hot corner there from Jay Roper. That'll now bring Peyton McCall to the plate with the bases empty. First pitch is going to be over for a strike, 0-1 to count. Next one's going to miss, 1-1 the count. We're in the top of the fourth inning. Shepherd Blue Jay baseball here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. They trail Standish Sterling 3-1. Preston Kann has been great on the mound. Now got a quick close play over at first base. Beating it out is going to be Peyton McCall. It's going to be an infield single for the DH as he reaches first base with 2 outs. That'll bring Jace Deering to the plate. He struck out his first time up, but Deering's got a lot of power. He is capable of tying this game up with 1 swing. Deering at the plate, Clevenger behind him. He's got the best hit of the game for the Blue Jays with an RBI triple. Big cut, as I said, Deering capable of tying this game with 1 swing of the bat. He tried making it happen right there. Couldn't catch up to the high heat. 0-1 to count. Short lead from McCall over at first. Another cut that time from Deering. Curveball has him fooled that time. 2 down, top of the 4th inning. Runner on first base for the Blue Jays with Jace Deering at the plate. They check the runner over at first. Diving back in time is Peyton McCall. This inning started with Caden Junker striking out. Sam King grounded out to third base on an unbelievable play from Jay Roper at third for Standish. Then an infield single from Peyton McCall. Now Deering's at the plate. He's going to take strike 3 and go down looking. That is the 10th punch out through 4 for Mr. Preston Kann. And I don't know if I've seen a more dominant performance other than Mr. Caden Smith back in his day for Beale City. What an absolutely dominant performance so far from Preston Kann as he has struck out 10 for 12. 10 of the 12 outs, have come from Kann via the strikeout as I kind of fumble things around here a little bit. I'm going to send it off to another commercial break. Let me catch my breath. Back with the bottom half of the 4th inning right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Weaveridge Financial knows it can be incredibly overwhelming to navigate the world of financial planning. With trusted guidance and easy-to-understand advice, you can feel comfortable in your financial future with Weaveridge Financial. Weaveridge Financial assists people in all stages of life with a specialization in retirement and investment planning. Experience the power of working with an advisor dedicated to your success. Visit WeaveridgeFinancial.com. Visit them in downtown Mount Pleasant. Call or text 989-953-7888. Weaveridge Financial, member SIPC. The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, open every day but Sunday for lunch and dinner. Delicious pizza, the world-famous Bird Burger, handcrafted, fresh-baked subs, many apps, and much more. There's something for everyone at The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, where friends gather like family. The Bird, supporting high school sports in mid-Michigan for nearly 100 years.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back inside our Barberry Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. Today, our Barberry Law Studios are built at Standish Sterling High School as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. It is Standish Sterling 3, Shepherd 1. Leading things off is going to be a Landon Nixon for Standish Sterling here in the bottom of the 4th inning. First pitch is going to miss 1-0. Landon Nixon walked on a full count his first time at the plate. Second pitch, that will be over 1-1. Bottom of the 4th inning, 3-1, Standish Sterling with the lead here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Next pitch from Bryce Smith is going to be fouled off. Next count 0-2, not 1-2. Pardon me, we're coming back from commercial there at the last second. Looked up, saw some dirt, and figured must have been ball 1, but it was probably the umpire just dusting off home plate. That one's going to miss. 1-2 now the count. Nixon digs back in. Bryce Smith ready to wind and deal with the 1-2 for Shepherd. Senior righty. Sends that one a little too far inside. Two and two now the count. Score update brought to you by our friends at Brad Malley Well Drilling, Malley Construction, and Clark Modular Homes. From the softball field right behind me, the Shepherd Lady Jays lead Standish Sterling 6-4 in the middle of the 4th inning there. Full count. Here comes the payoff pitch from Bryce Smith. It's going to be popped way in the air out towards center field. Brady Robinson's going to gather underneath it to make the catch for the Blue Jays. Toss it in, so now one down here in the bottom of the fourth inning. And Bryce Smith been really good in this one. So it came out, walk, bunt single, RBI double, RBI single. Since then, has not been much given up. Matter of fact, just the one hit that he's given up, he picked that guy off over at first base. Bartlett now at the plate. First one's going to miss 1-0 the count to Branton Bartlett, playing at first base for Standish Sterling. Next pitch from Smith's going to stay inside, 2-0 the count to Bartlett. Big cut that time from Bartlett. Can't catch up with the smoke from Bryce Smith. 1-2 now the count. Or 2-1. Boop, 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 pardon me. Smith winds and deals the next one, working very quickly out there on the mound. They're going to say that one just misses. Clevenger trying to frame it, put it up a little bit higher in the view of that umpire, but he is not buying it. 3-1 the score. We're in the bottom of the fourth inning. Nobody on base. Branton Bartlett at the plate. 3-1 the count. High fly ball here. Again, a lot of guys in the area. I don't know if anybody's going to get there, and it will get down. Yunker could not quite get there. Again, very tough transition going from the grass to the dirt, or the dirt to the grass. And so that's going to be a single for Mr. Branton Bartlett. You might have that ruled in an error in the official box score, but the Spockman box score doesn't have any errors most of the time in high school baseball and softball. As you may hear me say, if I cannot make the play, I'm not going to rule it an error, and I'm not making a lot of plays out there. Ty Tunney now stepping to the plate. He ended the first inning, leaving two guys on base for Standish. One down here, bottom of the fourth, runner at first base. Big cut there from Tunney. Kind of a dance away from first as well from Bartlett. But he zooms back in quickly before Clevenger could send it down there to try and pick him off from behind home plate. Check the runner over at first. Diving back is Bartlett. And again, after somebody gets picked off, you're gonna take a half step less over there at first base now to make sure you can get back. That great move from Bryce Smith. Sam King holding them on over at first. So there's a big hole out there. They do look to get down the bunt. It's a really good one down the first baseline. All they can do is flip it for the out. And so a sacrifice bunt there is going to move that runner up into scoring position with the number 9 hitter Ian Emmons coming to the plate. A beautiful sacrifice bunt there from Tunney. That's exactly how you want to do it. Down that first baseline, Sam King can't come in to make the play because he's got to be there for the force out. Makes it very easy for Bartlett to move up to second base. Just textbook there from Tunney. Now Emmons at the plate. 2 down, bottom of the fourth inning. Runner at second base. First pitch from Bryce Smith's going to be over for a strike. Ben Briggs is on deck. He's been on base both of his plate appearances. He walked in the first inning, come around to score. In the second inning, he singled and was picked off at first by Bryce Smith. This one's going to be fouled off. Catcher's mask. Noah Clevenger is a lot tougher than I am, as he just kind of shrugs that one off and is good to go. 0-2 count to the number 9 hitter, Ian Emmons. You don't want to put Emmons on and get Briggs back to the plate. As I said, he had a full count walk in the first, came around to score, singled in the second, but was picked off at first base. Clevenger, give him a moment to kind of regather his thoughts behind the plate. And again, he's a lot tougher than I am, as that one went right off the catcher's mask. 0-2 the count. That runner at second with 2 down here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Possibly a big moment here in this ball game. If you're Standish, you really want to get that runner in from second base to give yourself a little bit more insurance for Preston Kann. And if you're the Blue Jays, with the way Kann has been pitching, you feel like you cannot let that run get in. Emmons digs back in on the right side. Leading away from second is Bartlett. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be in the dirt. Great job by Clevenger keeping that in front of him. I do not mind the pitch, though, at all from Bryce Smith. As you kind of could say, he had one to waste there, especially in this situation. 2 down, 2 strikes. 2 balls. Runner at second base. Whole lot of twos out there. Shout out to Aiden Mandel. That one's just going to miss low to run the count full. If you're Bryce Smith, you really wanted that one right there. And best view in the house brought to you by Woods Household Appliance. It is those umpires. It is those officials out there. As the MHSAA commercials say, without them, it is just practice. Here comes the 3-2. Just going to miss the low outside corner. It will be a walk to put 2 runners on for the leadoff man, Ben Briggs. Bottom of the 4th inning. Again, big moment here now. 2 on, 2 down. Ben Briggs at the plate. The leadoff hitter for Standish Sterling. One of the guys you want at the plate in this situation. Grounder's going to get through shortstop and third base out to right field. 1 run is in. Travis quickly gets it in. It is now 4-1. Standish Sterling with the lead. Runners remain at first and second after the hit from Ben Briggs. It's an RBI single. Coming in to score is Bartlett. Moving up to second is Emmons. 4-1. Standish Sterling now with the lead here in the bottom of the 4th inning. A big-time moment here in this game. Again, he had the sacrifice bunt from Tunney to move Bartlett up to second base. Then Emmons drew a full count walk. The first pitch Ben Briggs saw, he was able to single in between short and third to drive in that run. It's now 4-1. Standish Sterling with the lead. Carson Coyne at the plate. He's going to send this one out to right field. It's going to get down in foul territory. That would have been huge for Standish Sterling. That would have brought in 2 runs with the speed of Briggs over at first. He surely would have been able to score. Coyne waves the bat at his knees, gets ready for the pitch. 0-1 the count. 2 on, 2 down here in the 4th. This one's going to be a single out to right field. Deering's going to gather it and bring it in quickly, but 1 more run is in, and runners are at the corners for Standish Sterling Central. Again, it just becomes even bigger, that walk to the number 9 hitter, Ian Emmons, as he comes around to score. Moving up to third is Ben Briggs, and it's now 5-1. Standish Sterling with the lead. Shepard almost got out of this inning without giving up anything, but now as the order turns back around to the top part for the 3rd time, it's back-to-back RBI singles from Ben Briggs and Carson Coyne. Jay Roper will now step to the plate, who's 1 for 2 on the day with an RBI double and a ground out to second base. 5-1. Standish now with the lead here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Getting 2 2-run outs here in this 4th. First pitch to Roper is going to miss. 1-0 the count. Smith winds and deals. That one's going to miss inside. 2-0 now the count. Check over at first base, back quickly is Carson Coyne. Score remains 6-4 over on the softball field here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. This one's going to be another single in between second and third. Another run coming in to score. It's actually going to get away for a moment out there in left field, but another 2-out run comes across here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Standish Sterling with some clutch hitting here with 2 outs. Now runners at first and second, but it's 6-1. That is the 3rd consecutive RBI single for Standish Sterling from the top of the order. Briggs, Coyne, Roper. That'll bring Riley Blanchard to the plate, who was 1 for 2 on the day. Struck out his last time up in the 3rd. In the 1st inning, he had himself an RBI single. Looking for another here. Blanchard's going to take that one. 1-1 now the count. 3 runs put up in the 1st. Shepard got Standish to go cleanly in the 2nd and 3rd. Not necessarily 1, 2, 3, but not getting any runs across. And now 3 runs put up here in the 4th inning. Got Standish Sterling with a 6-1 lead over the Blue Jays here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. These two teams will play 2 today, battling for the top of the Jack-Pine Conference. Big-time punch out there for Bryce Smith. That's his 3rd of the afternoon, but more damage was done. 3 runs come in, 2 left on base, but you will take it if you are Standish Sterling, as you now have a 6-1 lead as we head to the 5th inning here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Send it out to another break to hear from some of our fantastic sponsors. When we come back in the 5th, the Blue Jays have got to get the offense going. Again, I'll continue to say Bryce Smith is pitching solid out there. You're going to give up some runs to the Standish Sterling team, but you got to put something on the board yourself. Back with more Shepherd Blue Jay baseball right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Attorney Joe Barbary. Just like doctors specialize in areas of medicine, at Barbary Law, we specialize in getting you the best possible results. If you've been injured by someone else's negligence, you owe it to yourself and your family to call our legal team. At Barbary Law, we focus on one thing, and that's getting you the compensation you deserve. Every case we take personally.
My attorney is Joe Barbary. He can be yours too.
Mumford Oil and Gas Supply is your one-stop shop for top-quality products and procurement in the Michigan oil and gas industry. With over 45 years of experience and a strong commitment to customer satisfaction, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply delivers the best solutions for your oil and gas production, drilling, and service needs. If you need it, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply can get it. Visit them on Fancher today or give them a call at 989-317-8582.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back inside the Barbary Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. Also love to Dick Silva Auto Sales, Brickner and Bunker, Farm Bureau Insurance Group, Block Electric, The Diner, WW Construction, All Seasons Fireworks, Pier Plumbing, Hanging by a Thread, GNS Mechanical, and the Maryland Chapman Memorial Fund. 6-1 the score as we head to the top of the 5th inning here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Blue Jays have got to get the offense going. There's Clevenger with a smoke out to left field in between third base and second base. We've seen Roper make some great plays at third in this one. There wasn't anything he was going to be able to do with that. You think about our Zaid Batchelder, baller of the game, Weber Brothers Sawmill, timber of the game, J&J Auto, Collision Report, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply, drill of the game as I continue to get super cheesy. Clevenger now 2 for 2 on the day for the Blue Jays. He's got the RBI triple and now has a leadoff single here in the 5th inning to see if the Jays can get something going. They check that runner. Clevenger dives back safely. No pinch runner for Clevenger. Actually, as I look over there, is that 34-04? Yeah, we do have a pinch runner coming in for him. That's going to be Spindler over there running for him. Again, a couple changes in that roster with some of the players being down via injury. Flegel at the plate is going to foul this one off. 0-1 the count. Flegel awaits the 0-1. Runner at first base, decent lead over there. That's Bennett Payne over there on the base path for the Blue Jays with the lead. Preston Kann checks the runner at first. Winds and deals to Flegel. They're going to say that catches the zone as well. 0-2 now the count to Braden Flegel. Coyne has struck out 10 through 4. There have been 2 putouts and 10 strikeouts for Standish Sterling defensively in this one. Flegel fouls this one off to stay alive. Top of the 5th inning here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Much love. Powell, Freeman, Collision. Bogwai, Bang on Bradley. Martinez Lawn Care, Martinez Painting, and Martinez Cleaning, along with Mount Pleasant Public Schools. Flegel cuts at that one. Big swing and a miss there as Flegel goes down on strikes for the second time. And that is punch out number 11 for Preston Kann. Whew, whew, whew. Yeah, when I think about this impressive of a pitching performance, piling up this many strikeouts, again, the only guy, I guess a couple guys I can think of, Logan Buchkowski, Hunter Buchkowski, and Mr. Caden Smith. Logan Buchkowski, Caden Smith, both went on to play at CMU. One down, top of the fifth inning. Cody Wheeler at the plate. And a familiar theme you're going to hear, he struck out his first time at the plate. Looks to put down the bunt there. It's going to ride a little high on him. Can't get it down, 0-1. Wheeler digs back in. Short lead over at first for Payne. They're going to say that one's over for a strike. 0-2 now, the count to Cody Wheeler. The scary thing about Kann in the circle is how efficient he has been. He's only at 60-some pitches now as he misses with that 1-2. So he's got 40-some pitches to go. Definitely in good shape to be able to finish this one out for Standish Sterling. If you're Shepherd, you'd like to do anything you can to try and get number 11 off the bump. One down, runner at first base for Cody Wheeler. Wearing number 1, batting number 9 spot. Got Brady Robinson on deck. That one's going to be over. It's another strikeout looking for the Blue Jays, and that is strikeout number 12 for Preston Kann. Whew, man, he has been dominant. Stepping to the plate is Brady Robinson. He's 0 for 2 on the day with a pair of strikeouts. And as we go through the order the third time for Shepherd, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys that have been punched out 2 times already by Preston Kann. One of them, the leadoff hitter, Brady Robinson. First one's going to miss on the outside. Bryce Smith on deck, 0 for 2 on the day with a ground out to third base and a punch out. Love to get Smith to the plate with a couple runners on. Robinson holds up on that one, but it breaks back over the zone. Again, just excellent movement out there from Preston Kann. Robinson digs back in, batting on the right side, wearing number 11. Blue Jays out there in the blue and gold jerseys and the white pants. That one's going to be fouled off. Out there in the white and blue pinstripes, the blue and gold Panthers across the chest, are Standish Sterling. It's 16-1-1 Standish Sterling, 17-3 Shepherd. Battling it out here for the top of the JackPine. Preston Kann has been unbelievable on the mound for Standish Sterling in this one. Through 4 2/3, he has struck out 12. Again, it's just unbelievable. The movement, the control that he's had. And again, you think about that many punch-outs, you think a guy would be at 90, 100 pitches. No, he's just approaching over 70. That one's going to miss. 2-2 now, the count to Brady Robinson. 2 down, top of the fifth inning, 6-1, Standish Sterling with the lead. Bryce Smith has been solid for the Blue Jays on the mound, but Preston Kann has been super good. And there is another punch-out. 13 of the 15 outs for Standish Sterling have come via the punch-out. That is the third time today that Preston Kann has struck out the side. What a performance on the mound from Preston Kann in this one. Going to take another break here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. When we come back, the Blue Jays are going to have to hold down Standish Sterling. They trail at 6-1 the way Preston Kann's pitching. You cannot give up anything else in this one. Back with more Blue Jay baseball right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Value is not just a price. When you buy something for your home, it's an investment. Knowing that you're getting a great deal and service after the sale is priceless. At Woods Household, we only carry quality products for your home at competitive prices. Furniture that is attractive and durable. Comfortable mattresses that last for years. Flooring that stands up to wear and tear. These are all products that last by trusted name brands like FlexSteel, Serta, Whirlpool, and many more. So shop the Woods way.
Blocko Pools and Spas is Mid-Michigan's #1 pool and hot tub destination that will turn your old space into your #1 destination. From delivery of a full pool for the family to the relaxing hot tub for after work for mom and dad, Blocko Pools and Spas does it all. Stop by their showroom on Remus Road to check out their beautiful selection of hot tubs and learn how you can build the pool of your dreams.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to Standish Sterling High School on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Our score 6-1, Standish Sterling with the lead as we head to the bottom of the fifth inning on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. What a dominant performance from Preston Kann in the circle, and some of the Standish Sterling faithful here just let me know he is a senior. I'm happy to report that for any Shepherd baseball fans. He's going to Toledo next year to continue his baseball career. And if anybody from CMU is listening, I'll repeat again what I said earlier. As dominant performance as I have seen, other than a couple guys named Caden Smith and Logan Buchkowski, who both wound up themselves at CMU. First pitch to Preston Kann from Bryce Smith is going to be over for a strike. Second one will miss, 1-1, now the count. Number 5 hitter in the order, Preston Kann, the pitching counterpart against Bryce Smith. He's going to rope this one towards third. What a catch from Cody Wheeler. It's the second web gem we've seen at third base today. A great diving stop and throw from Jay Roper for Standish Sterling. And this one, a line out. Caught by Cody Wheeler. That's the type of play that your boy would be jumping out of the way, just throwing my glove at. But Wheeler ready to rock on that one. Bottom of the fifth inning, one down, nobody on. Stepping to the plate is Landon Nixon. Nixon reached base via walk back in the first inning, flew out to center field in the fourth. First one's going to miss. Second one is going to be over for a strike, 1-1 to count to Landon Nixon, the speedy center fielder for Standish Sterling. Big cut that time from Nixon, swinging for the gap or the fences, you could say. Now 1-2 the count. We're in the bottom of the fifth inning. Standish Sterling leads at 6-1. One down, nobody on the base paths for the Panthers. 1-2 is just going to miss that corner. 2-2 now the count to Landon Nixon. Branton Bartlett on deck. Got more big-time baseball coming up for you tomorrow. Another just absolutely unbelievable matchup as that one just misses as well for Bryce Smith. As tomorrow we have got the number 1 team in Division 4, our Sacred Heart Academy Irish, taking on the number 12 team in Division 2, the Freeland Falcons. And that one's actually going to plunk Nixon. So he is going to reach base via hit by pitch. So with one down, you got a runner on now if you are Standish Sterling. Bottom of the fifth inning. One down, one runner on now for Standish Sterling. As I mentioned, big-time matchup. You got 20-3 Division II number 12 Freeland versus 21-1 Division 4 number 1 Sacred Heart Academy. That's tomorrow around a 3:40 Woods Household pregame show on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. And if the weather is an issue, maybe just there for some highlights in that one. Quick throw over to first. Another great move from Bryce Smith, just barely back in time as Landon Nixon. They're going to throw it over there again. Again, it's really close. 6-1, Standish Sterling with the lead. Bottom of the fifth inning. Standish Sterling trying to threaten again, that runner at first. The show bunt at the plate. It's going to be bunted in the air. Smith with the catch. Looks for the throw over to first. It's not there. Good job by Nixon getting back. But a pop out to the pitcher is about as easy a play as you're going to get for Bryce Smith with his athleticism coming off of the mound. Now 2 down here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Stepping to the plate is Ty Tunney. Tunney's last time at the dish, he had a sacrifice bunt. Lined out to end the first inning as well. So technically 0 for 1 on the Spockman box score with that sacrifice. He swings at that first pitch, 0-1 to count. Tunney wearing number 0. Or pardon me, they've got a pinch hitter in now as it's not Tunney. Throw out to second base. They're going to get him. Great job there getting. That's the second time they've got an out on the base pass for the Shepherd Blue Jays. That'll get them out of the fifth inning, heading to the top of the sixth. Due up for the Shepherd Blue Jays. It's Bryce Smith, it's Caden Yunker, it's Sam King. It's 2, it's 3, it's 4. If you're going to get something going, if you're the Blue Jays, it's probably going to have to start happening here in this top half of the sixth inning. But do not tell Mr. Preston Kann that I said that, because as we head to the sixth inning, he is putting together one of the best performances I have seen from a pitcher in high school baseball. He has struck out 13 through 5. Struck out 2 in the first, struck out the side in the second, struck out the side in the third, struck out 2 in the fourth, and struck out the side in the fifth. Again, we think of 7 innings when it comes to high school baseball. There's only 21 outs. It's very, very tough to, get to 15 strikeouts. Kann is approaching that mark. And again, when I think of those guys who reach those double-digit strikeouts in games when it comes to high school baseball, I'm thinking Caden Smith. I'm thinking Logan Buchkowski. You could say Hunter Buchkowski, Aaron Lazier as well. I guess you throw Josh Wilson in there too. Just some dominant arms. Ty Rowland, Chase Rowland going back a little bit longer for Beale City. Just some absolutely dominant arms that I've been able to see in the day. And Preston Kann, what he is doing, this is a really good Shepherd lineup. Again, they got a couple guys missing that they'd love to have in the lineup here today. But boy, Preston Kann has been fantastic. 6-1 our scores. We had at the top of the 6th inning. The Blue Jays down to their final 6 outs, and they need 5 runs. Bryce Smith at the plate. He's 0 for 2 on the day, grounded out to second base and struck out. First pitch is going to miss, 1-0. Smith waves the bat over the back right shoulder. Again, he's been really good on the mound as well. Think about giving up 6 runs to the Standish Sterling team, and it was 3 in one inning, 3 in the other. Other than that, he's been able to shut him down for 4. Smith steps back in, waves the bat over the back right shoulder. That one's going to be on the inside corner for a strike. 1-1 to count to Bryce Smith. Next pitch from Kann. It's going to be put in play towards third. Nice play from Roper. Long throw over to first. He makes it in time. And the defense, the few times they've had to make something happen for Standish Sterling, they have been absolutely great. Second time Smith has grounded out the third base in this ballgame. Caden Junker now stepping to the plate. He's 0 for 2 with a pair of punch-outs. Sam King is on deck. He's been hit by a pitch and grounded out the third. This will be fouled down the first baseline. There have been 13 strikeouts for Preston Kann, and then 3 putouts for the rest of the Standish Sterling team. That's how dominant Kann has been on the mound. Big cut that time from Caden Junker. Can't catch up with the low heat from Kann. 0-2 now the count. This one will be put in play towards third. It's actually going to get by Roper this time for a base hit for Caden Junker. And so a 2-out single for Caden Junker. Maybe, just maybe, or pardon me, 1-out single. Maybe give the Blue Jays a little bit of life here. Run around first, 1 down. Top of the 6th inning. Now stepping to the plate is Sam King. He has scored the only run of the day for the Blue Jays after he was hit by a pitch in the 2nd inning and drove in with 2 outs on an RBI triple from Noah Clevenger. A lot of speed over at first base from Caden Junker, a threat to steal. Coin behind the plate, how good he has been. Some of those breaking balls, Preston Kann, I just know he's got that arm out there as well. This one's going to be lined towards left field. It's going to be just foul for the Blue Jays. Boy, that would have been huge. With the speed of Junker, he may have been able to come all the way around to score. Sam King would have at least been on second base. King digs back in at the plate. (6-1), Standish with the lead. Kann winds and deals. Bounces that one up there. It gets away from the catcher, but not getting a good jump over there is Caden Junker. And Junker, also a very intelligent baseball player, knows down by 5 runs, there's no point. There's not really a whole lot of good in me even going to second base in this situation. Worst thing that could happen is he maybe get thrown out. King's going to take that one on the inside for strike 2. 1-2 now the count to Sam King. Man, Kann has been able to paint those corners here today. Headed to Toledo to continue his baseball career next year. This one's going to be lined up the middle. What a stop from Briggs. Tries to get the throw in time to first. It won't be there. What a stop, though, from Briggs. It's going to be an infield single for Sam King. He's on base for the 2nd time today. And now runners at first and second for the Blue Jays with 2 down here in the 6th inning. Big moment here for the Jays to try and get back into this game as Peyton McCall steps to the plate. He's 1 for 2 on the day with a strikeout and an infield single. McCall wearing number 3, batting from the right side. Kann checks the runners at first and second and winds and deals. First pitch is going to be over for a strike. Top of the 6th inning. The Blue Jays threatening. 1 down. Pardon me, I think I said 2 down moments ago. 1 down. Runners at first and second. At the plate, your number 5 hitter, Peyton McCall, the DH. Kann checks the runners. Checks again. Winds and deals. McCall shows bunt. He gets it down. It's in a really good spot. McCall's going to beat it out. A bunt single for Peyton McCall. His second time on the base path here today, and the Blue Jays have got something going now against the superstar pitcher, Preston Kann. That'll bring Jace Deering to the plate. The bases are loaded. There is 1 down. It's 6-1. Standish Sterling with the lead. But the Blue Jays now with a shot to get back in the game with a drive here from Jace Deering. Again, he's got the type of power to put one over the fence here at Standish Sterling High School. 305 down the foul lines to deep center. It's 370. 349 to left and right center. He takes that home run swing at the first pitch he sees, swings through it, 0-1. Bases loaded, full of Blue Jays. They trail by 5 here in the top of the 6th inning, 1 down. Jace Deering at the plate. Behind him's Noah Clevenger, who's 2 for 2 so far today. Kann winds and deals. Deering wants to put another charge into that one. He can't catch up. 0-2 now the count, Deering. If you're Deering again with the bases loaded, you don't want to ground into a double play, but you want to put this in play here. But again, easier said than done. Preston Kann on the mound has been unbelievable to date for Standish Sterling. That one's just going to miss, 1-2. Yunker started to dance away from third. Try and maybe just catch the corner of the eye of the pitcher Kann and goof him up a little bit, but still a really good location there. Here comes the 1-2 to Jace Deering. Cuts it, that one. Strike 3. That is the 14th punch out now for Mr. Preston Kann. There have been 17 total outs in this game for Standish Sterling. 14 have come via the punch out. 3 have come via the put out in play. Clevenger steps to the dish. He's 2 for 2 on the day. The bases are loaded. If he sends a drive here, you could really make Standish Sterling nervous. He swings at the first pitch. Strike 1 as it's a little low. Clevenger, RBI triple to drive in the only run of the game for Shepard back in the second. He singled in the 5th and was stranded. Guess was also stranded back in that second inning as well after that RBI triple, I should have mentioned. He's going to take that one, but it's over for a strike, 0-2. Get the feeling this is the moment for Shepard if they're going to get back into this game as Clevenger digs back in on the right side. Senior Preston Kann ready to wind and deal with the bases loaded. Swing and a miss. It'll be another punch out for Preston Kann. You've got to be kidding me. Make it 15 strikeouts through 5 innings, and the Jays leave them loaded in the 6th. As we head to the bottom of the 6th inning, Standish Sterling is up 6-1 after the Blue Jays leave the bases loaded. A lot of credit to Preston Kann. Boy, has he been great on the mound for Standish Sterling. We're going to take a break. Be back with the bottom of the 6th inning right after this here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Weber Brothers Sawmill has been in the sawmill and logging business since 1950. Weber Brothers Sawmill buys standing timber and logs all over central and northern Michigan with National Hardwood Lumber Association certification. You can be assured of a professional job, from the marking and cruising of your woods through the harvest. Weber Brothers Sawmill is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes.
J&J Auto in Wademan is Mid-Michigan's elite automotive repair shop. J&J Auto offers complete collision repair and mechanical repair. Stop by on Wademan Road or call them today at 989-644-8908. J&J Auto, proud supporters of high school student athletes. Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it. This is the Mid-Michigan Sports Network coming to you live from the Barberry Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. Oh, man, big moment just moments ago. The Blue Jays trying to get a run into bases loaded, but Preston Kann doing what he has been doing this whole game and shutting down the Blue Jays via strikeout. He has struck out 15 Blue Jays through 6 innings. Headed to the bottom of the 6th, Standish Sterling leads it 6-1 on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Due up for Standish Sterling is Ty Tunney, Ian Emmons, then back to the top of the order with Ben Briggs. And does look like we have a new hitter in for Tunney, as the first pitch is going to miss. Hitting for Tunney is going to be Carter Fagan. Out there wearing number 0. Swings at that one. 1-1 now the count. On deck, Ian Emmons. That's back to the top of the order with Ben Briggs. Smith winds and deals with the 1-1. That one's going to miss high and inside. 2-1 now the count to Carter Fagan. Ian Emmons on deck. He's technically 0 for 1 on the day, but his last time up, he was able to walk, and it turned around that order with 2 outs when Standish was able to get runs 4, 5, and 6. Next pitch. That's going to miss low. It'll be ball 4. Carter Fagan will take his base. And the leadoff runner is on here at the bottom of the 6th inning for Standish Sterling. Now stepping to the plate, Ian Emmons, who, as I mentioned, you go back to the 4th inning. It's a sacrifice bunt from Ty Tunney to move Brandon Bartlett up to second base with 2 outs. He drew a walk after running the count full, and then it was 3 RBI singles in a row to kind of open this one up. It was 3-1 going into that 4th inning. But those 3 consecutive RBI singles pushed Standish Sterling ahead 6-1. Emmons stepping back in. They check that runner over at first. Again, it's a really good move from Bryce Smith, especially considering that he's a righty. Very, very close. Picked off one guy. Has almost got second, third guy as well. Emmons shows bunt. It's going to go to the backstop here. And I like the decision with nobody out, trying to move the runner up, especially with Ben Briggs coming to the plate next. Emmons steps back in. Count now 0-2, so that's going to take the bunt out of play here. He actually shows bunt. Quick throw down to first. Pull back. Again, I'm going off the scoreboard. Maybe it was not 0-2 as Emmons still showed bunt. You can bunt it with 2 strikes, but if it goes foul, they consider it strike 3. You're out. 1-2 the count. Again, he shows bunt again. He will get it down with 2 strikes. Looking to get the lead runner is Bryce Smith, and he will. Great play there. Reaching via fielder's choice will be Emmons. But a nice job on the mound by Bryce Smith to come off and get the lead runner. So the runner remains at first base. Now 1 down here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Now at the plate, Ben Briggs. He walked his first time up, singled his second time up, and was picked off. His third time up, he had an RBI single. Came around to score. He's got 2 runs in the ball game. 1-0 the count. Smith winds and deals. This one's going to be sent in between second and third for a single. Rounding second, coming to third. It's going to get away from left field. Coming all the way in from first is going to be Mr. Ian Emmons. Stopping at second with the RBI double is going to be Mr. Ben Briggs. And you think about the Zaid Batchelder baller of the game, brought to you by Weefrich Financial. Always going to go to one of our local guys, especially when we see what Bryce Smith, Noah Clevenger have done in this one. But Mr. Ben Briggs is now 3 for 3 on the day. 2 RBI, 2 runs scored, and he's now at second base as the score is 7-1. Standish Sterling with the lead with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Now at the plate is Carson Coyne. moving up to third, I think they're going to call a balk there. Moving up to third is going to be Mr. Briggs. So now Carson Coyne at the dish. Runner at third now, one down, bottom of the 6th inning. Coyne puts one in play here with the speed. Actually, what a catch over at first base from Sam King. A line out to first base for the out. What a play over there from Sam King at first base. Oop, actually gave Shepard a run. I wish it was, the two were going to put another out there. Bottom of the 6th inning, 7-1. Now 2 down here for Standish Sterling as Jay Roper steps to the plate. Roper on the day is 2 for 3. An RBI double and an RBI single. He's been stranded both times he's been on the base path. It's going to be grounded foul here to the near side. On deck is Riley Blanchard. He's 1 for 3 on the day. Struck out his last 2 times at the plate. Bottom of the 6th inning, 1 run across here for Standish Sterling on the RBI double from Ben Briggs. Roper now at the plate with Briggs at third. Big cut from Roper that time. Great job by Clevenger keeping it in front of him. 0-2 now the count to Jay Roper. Saw the Blue Jay baseball team put up a 6th spot against Sanford Meridian yesterday when I was calling the softball action, so we know they're very capable of putting up the runs. There was a punch-out that will end the inning. The 4th strikeout for Mr. Bryce Smith through 6. Again, you give up 7 runs to this team, maybe a mistake or 2 defensively behind Bryce Smith as well. He's been pretty darn solid in this one as we head to the top of the 7th inning here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. The Blue Jays have got to score at least 6 runs. Even if they score 10 runs in this game to make it 11-7, Standish Sterling will still have a chance to come back to the plate. And it's the bottom of the order coming up for the Blue Jays, 8-9, then back to the top of the order. And here is a crazy stat for you. Braden Flegel, Cody Wheeler, and Brady Robinson have all been at the plate a combined 7 times. They have struck out 7 times. That is how dominant Preston Kann has been in the circle. I'll say it again, you only get 21 outs. High school baseball, high school softball if the game goes 7-1 innings. So anytime anybody ever reaches that 15 strikeout mark, that's like reaching 20, 21, 22 strikeouts in a professional baseball game when you think of the 9 innings, 27 outs. We've only gone through 6. He has already struck out 15. There have only been 3 putouts this entire game for Standish Sterling Central. There's a ground out to third base from Bryce Smith, a ground out to third base from Sam King, and a ground out to third base from Bryce Smith. Other than that, every single out has been via the punch-out for Preston Kann. One of the most dominant pitching performances I have ever seen in high school baseball action. Stepping to the plate is Braden Flegel. If you're Flegel and Wheeler, just do anything you can to get on to try and turn it back around to the top of the order and Brady Robinson and Bryce Smith. In that 6th inning, you did have single, infield single, bunt single for the Blue Jays, but weren't able to do anything with it because it was back-to-back punch-outs to end the 6th inning by Preston Kann. First pitch is going to be a strike to Flegel. That one's going to be inside 1-1. Flegel digs back in. Blue Jays down to their final 3 outs here against Preston Kann. Kann winds and deals. That one's going to miss high. 2-1 now the count. Flegel steps back in on the right side. Here comes the 2-1 from Preston Kann. It's going to be put in play up the middle towards second base. It's a long hopping bounce. Flegel's going to be able to beat it out. The throw gets away from first base. Moving up to second base is going to be Flegel. Actually, he's not going to be in time. They throw him out. What a play from first base. Bartlett went and got that one. And what single out, I don't know exactly how you rule that one. The Spockman box score, I'm just putting out. Flegel, again, in that situation, I don't think Coach Weiss was very happy that he tried to take second base. Again, when you're down 6 runs and you've only got 3 outs to play with, the last thing you can have happen is get out trying to go from first to second. Braddock Payne is now going to step to the dish, hitting for Cody Wheeler here in this number 9 spot. Payne will be batting from the left side and bring a whole lot of power for the Shepherd Blue Jays. Braddock Payne heading to Northern Michigan University to continue his football career next year. And boy, they are going to be lucky to have him. Remember, a few times this year I just made the comment of Braddock Payne. He brings the pain out on the football field. All-sport superstar for the Blue Jays. Does it in the football season. Does it during basketball season. Does it during baseball season. This one's going to be fouled off. Much tougher than I am behind the plate is Carson Coyne as he looks to shake this one off. A conversation going on. The umpire from behind the plate and Preston Kann. I imagine he's telling him, you got some pretty good stuff, kid. Been a lot of fun to umpire this game. He has been so dominant on the mound. Again, 15 of the 19 outs have come via a punch-out for Standish Sterling in this one. Braddock Payne steps back in, 1-1 count, one down here in the top of the 7th inning. 7-1, Standish Sterling leads it over the Shepherd Blue Jays. And these two teams will play two. Probably see Caden Yunker on the bump in the second game. First one's going to miss, or that pitch is going to miss outside. 2-1 now the count to Braddock Payne. Again, we don't call both the games. That'd make for long broadcasts and long days for this guy. Here comes a 2-1 to Payne. Looking to swing for the fences there. Swinging through it. It's now 2-2. Brady Robinson is on deck. He struck out 3 times in this one. Kann shakes off a couple pitches. That's going to make Payne step out and say, give me a minute here. 2-2 the count to Braddock Payne. One down, top of the 7th inning. Blue Jays down to their final 2 outs. Need at least 6 runs here to try and come back in this one. And that still gives Standish a chance in the bottom of the 7th. Check swing there. Looking to see if he went around. They're going to say, nope, 3-2. Payne steps out, steps back in on the left side. Going to get some type of rally going for the Blue Jays here in this one. Here comes the 3-2 from Preston Kann. Swing and a miss. It's in the dirt, but they're going to be able to make the throw down to first in time. Another punch out for Preston Kann. Make it 16. I'm going to make the joke again. I had the fine folks here at Standish Sterling telling me he's going to Toledo. I'd like to see this kid in maroon and gold next year if any Central folks are out there listening, because, boy, has he been unbelievable in this one. Now 2 down here in the top of the 7th inning. Brady Robinson, the final out here for the Blue Jays. Or hopefully not the final out for the Blue Jays, I should say. That one's in the dirt. Get up against the backstop, but no harm there in that situation, as there's nobody on base for the Blue Jays. 1-0. 2 down, top of the 7th inning. Jays trail 7-1. That one's going to be put in play. Roper charging from third base across the diamond in time for the out. And that will end the game there. 7-1. Standish Sterling wins it, and one of the most dominant pitching performances that I have ever seen. I'll say again, Shepherd missing a couple starters offensively out there, but I don't know if it would have mattered. Preston Kann was absolutely dealing out there in a big way. He strikes out 16 of the 21 outs. Just an unbelievable performance. We're going to take a break, come back with our Bird All-American Grill postgame show right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Hey guys, it's Tanya from Clark Modular Homes. I'm here to talk to you today about who we are and what we do. Clark's opened in 1983 and has been centrally located right here in Mount Pleasant, Michigan. We have one of the largest display centers with around 12 to 15 homes on display all year round. We have a fully experienced staff. We also have an in-house project manager who can pull our permits and coordinate our job from start to finish. We are proud to have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. We're our own contractor, making it a one-stop shop for you for your home building needs. As the owner would say, we can do it all.
Brad Malley Well Drilling has proudly served Mid-Michigan since the early 1990s. We are family-owned with 3 licensed drillers and over 100 years of experience. We specialize in 5-inch PVC water wells and systems ranging from 2 to 12 inches. Every well we do includes a 5-year warranty and 1-year parts and labor guarantee. We are available 24/7, and you'll always talk to a real person. Call Brad Malley Well Drilling today for a free estimate. Trusted service, generation after generation.
Weber Brothers Sawmill has been in the sawmill and logging business since 1950. Weber Brothers Sawmill buys standing timber and logs all over central and northern Michigan with National Hardwood Lumber Association certification. You can be assured of a professional job, from the marking and cruising of your woods through the harvest. Weber Brothers Sawmill is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes. Blackco Pools and Spas is Mid-Michigan's #1 pool and hot tub destination that will turn your old space into your #1 destination. From delivery of a full pool for the family to the relaxing hot tub for after work for mom and dad, Blackco Pools and Spas does it all. Stop by their showroom on Remus Road to check out their beautiful selection of hot tubs and learn how you can build the pool of your dreams.
J&J Auto in Wademan is Mid-Michigan's elite automotive repair shop. J&J Auto offers complete collision repair and mechanical repair. Stop by on Wademan Road or call them today at 989-644-8908. J&J Auto, proud supporters of high school student athletes.
Pure sportsmanship is the most important thing in high school sports. When it comes to your home or business, Pure Plumbing just might be the most important thing. If your plumbing isn't pure, don't worry, no one needs to see the other angle. For Pure Plumbing, call 989-644-8928 or visit mipureplumbing.com. Block Electric Company in Wademan has been powering Michigan for over 30 years. There's no job too big or too small for Block Electric Company, like an entire school or something simple at the home, like making sure the outdoor lighting, thermostat, or ceiling fan is installed professionally. Block Electric Company is a proud supporter of local schools and high school student athletes, learning skills in and out of the classroom to lead our communities tomorrow. Good luck to all student athletes from Block Electric Company, and go Aggies.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome to the Bird All-American Grill postgame show as we put a bow on this one here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Our final 7-1 Standish Sterling with the victory over the Shepherd Blue Jays in one of the most dominant pitching performances that I have ever seen in what now my 12, 13, 14 years of covering high school baseball and softball in the Mid-Michigan area. I've seen Haley Pesca be perfect. I've seen Butchkowski, Caden Smith strike out 15, 16, 17, 18. This performance just as good as all of those. Mr. Kann striking out 16 through 7 innings. So consider this, 5 putouts, 16 strikeouts, 16 times that the Standish Sterling defense didn't have to make a play in the field. And when it comes to high school baseball, it's really hard to make plays in the field. Long throws from short, third, got to make the play at first base, have somebody cover. Just a fantastic job by Kann getting those outs. As we think about our Weber Brothers Sawmill Timber of the game, J&J Auto Collision Report, Brad Malley Well Drilling, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply Driller of the game. And we're going to go with the Shepherd Blue Jay on this one because Noah Clevenger had himself a day at the plate, going 2 for 3 with an RBI triple and a single to drive in the only run of the game for the Shepherd Blue Jays. But the Zaid Batchelder Baller of the Game, brought to you by our friends at Weefrich Financial. Well, there is a time and a place where your boys got to tip the cap to the non-local school, and that is a game like today. Preston Kann went 0 for 3 at the dish, but it did not matter because of what he did on the bump, striking out 16 Blue Jays. And these Blue Jays don't have a lineup that strikes out very often. So our Zaid Batchelder Baller of the Game, brought to you by Weefrich Financial, going to a Standish Sterling player in this one because Mr. Preston Kann, most dominant pitcher I've seen so far this year. But tomorrow I will get to see probably either Mr. Nate Gator-Seiler or Brady Davis on the mound for Sacred Heart Academy. Make sure you join us right around 3:40 or so for our Woods Household pregame show live from the ball fields at Sacred Heart Academy as number 1 in D4 Sacred Heart takes on a number 12 in D2 Freeland. Maybe the biggest test for each of the teams coming into tomorrow. And then Friday I'll be broadcasting live out at the Oiler 36 Bubba McLean, Dan Poole, and a whole bunch of others are going to join me. We're not going to be out on the course following the players, but we're going to be around the 18th green, maybe getting some approach shots, maybe talking with some of those players as they come off the course, talking all other spring sports as well. Looking back at some of the best games we've had of the year. It's just going to be a hodgepodge, sports talk broadcast of this Friday, starting at around 11 a.m. from the Polecat. Make sure you join us. But tomorrow, more baseball action, more big-time baseball action. Maybe the biggest game in the state tomorrow with the number 1 ranked team in Division 4, the Sacred Heart Academy Irish, taking on the number 12 team in Division 2, the Freeland Falcons. Make sure you join us for the action. But our final here, 7-1 Standish Sterling over Shepherd. Our Zaid Batchelder baller of the game brought to you by Weefridge Financial. It's got to be Preston Kann, striking out 16 on the bump for Standish Sterling in the complete game.